All right, so you guys here, ooh, you guys have the Four of Cups. So for some of you guys, this is talking about a situation where there's a lot of the same thing. You're not sure if there's going to be this offer, this cup of this cup of love that's being offered to you. Is anything different? Is it going to be somebody that's the same, that's going to act the same? Is it going to be a similar situation? For some of you guys are focusing on these cups here and not seeing that there's somebody here that's offering you some new love, something different. So you may not see them, you may not notice them, and it's not necessarily your fault if you can't see them, if they're not making it apparent enough. But at the same time, it's a lot of focus and emphasis on the three cups that you're facing that is keeping the Ace of Cups a lot more harder for you to see. And the reason why you have the Four of Cups is because of the Two of Cups. Now, like I was saying before, you don't know if this is a situation that will happen again. This is a lot of, same old, you keep interacting with the same folks. You kind of like, I don't know if I really want to go out and make myself more available for these people like the last couple to kind of continue to do the same craziness. Now, the reason why I'm going in that route, like I said, like you have the Two of Cups underneath there, which does talk about it, two people feeling the same way about each other, a connection with one another, a soulmate even, caused you to kind of look at offers of love a little bit differently. Now, your current state of being is the Seven of Swords. So y'all are either not being honest with yourselves, you're not really wanting to deal with something head on. I really feel like it's a little bit of both. It's like you don't really want to be be single forever, but I think also you don't want to deal with another relationship where it could possibly go wrong. So I feel like you might be noping out of the situation. You may not want to be dealing with it. For a lot of you guys could be dealing with a liar. You guys could be dealing with someone that's a deceiver, someone that's not being straight up and honest with you. Now, so again, a lot of this stuff is because they are, this person may not be feeling very comfortable where they are, so they may be not being honest with you. You could be, the very same way, right? But this is talking about just kind of not dealing with the situation and trying to kind of go out of your, get out of Dodge. Some of you guys could be taking a risk right now. You guys could be doing something that's outside of your comfort zone, like extremely outside of your comfort zone. It's almost unnerving how it is. Okay, now, for your goals, you guys have the Hangman. I think you guys just want to chill out. You guys want to stop for a moment to really think about how things are. I think you guys probably want to see a relationship from a different perspective. You want to have an opportunity to see love being presented and grown and, built from a different angle. I feel like for a lot of you guys have had the same situation happen to you, and it's exhausting to deal with. And I feel like you guys just need a new perspective. You want a new perspective. You want to have a new perspective in regards to love, but you also want to surrender to love and feel comfortable doing so. You don't want to feel like you can't, relax. You can't trust people. So I feel like there's going to be it's trust here that's necessary. Now, what's keeping you from the Hangman is the Ten of Swords. So there is something that happened really, really badly, and it hasn't been gotten over. I feel like the worst has happened, but there's still something there, like some betrayal, some backstabbing, something that really, really hurt you, and you haven't been able to move on. You haven't been able to let it go. You haven't been able to kind of take that leap, and recover. And I think it's because there was no justice. Perhaps there was somebody that wasn't, that had apologized, or it's because of something that was karmic and it's just kind of messed you up from there, right? It's something that's karmically kind of binding you guys, or something karmic here that just keeps you from being able to truly recover from something so devastating. Okay, so a lot of you guys could have been lied to, and you're like, I don't know, and you're just avoiding relationships 100% because you need a new perspective on how to recover from a difficult situation, despite not having justice and apology or things being straightened out. Now, for some of you guys, this could be, that you guys had a difficult ending, or you guys had ended something really badly because, there was some imbalance in the relationship. Some serious imbalance, like you just weren't playing it, so it was done. So you cut it out and you're just done. You know what I mean? And here you are, right? Constantly in a cycle of, I don't know if I could trust people to to put the balance in the relationship necessary to, build something. So, well, guys, your best path to follow is the Four of Pentacles, and is asking you guys to go ahead and not just, know your worth, understand your worth and truly comprehend what your worth is, but to also take that leap of faith and go ahead and, You know, try again. Because where you guys are now, yes, it's a place of stability, but you also feel very vulnerable where you are because you don't feel like it's going to get any better than this. I really feel like this is a constant struggle. It's kind of boring, and you don't really know if you can trust any more people. Can you trust any more cups that come your way? But I feel like you should trust yourself to know that if there's something that isn't going to work, you can get out of your situation. But it's going to require you to be brave and to, step outside of your comfort zone. Because where you guys are right now is in a place of expansion. Where you are now is a place of putting, settling. It's a settled energy. And I feel like in order to gain this new perspective, you have to take a risk here. You have to go ahead and step out of your comfort zone. For a lot of you guys, you're doing that already, and it's saying that perhaps you need to reassess your value right now. Okay? So for a lot of you guys that are already taking a risk, look at your value, see how much you're worth. You don't have to jump into something immediately or just because you're bored. I really would suggest to take some time out to really see what you're worth, and then go ahead and step outside step out and do something a little bit more, outside of your comfort zone. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, this is about avoidance, not necessarily taking a risk. I feel like this is avoidance here. And it's going to require you to be brave and go ahead and tackle what it is that tackle whatever it is that you want. It's going to require bravery. It's going to require, confidence in yourself. And the only way for you to get confidence is by making mistakes, right? By going out there and living your life, doing the best that you can with what you know. So I feel like stepping outside of your comfort zone is the best option right here, especially with considering the Four of Pentacles in your advice. Now, y'all are super defensive in your emotions. Y'all are just not having it. Y'all are like, nah. There's too many people. There's too many crazies. You feel like you have the advantage. You know what's going on. And you feel like right now, like you're just better off just kind of fighting off, any kind of, threats that may come your way. But the thing is about the advantage is that you have perspective. You have the perspective there to be able to see all around you, to see what's coming at you, who's coming at you, and how to escape from those very things. Okay, so I feel like you have an advantage here, and in the situation or in the circumstance, so you know what to look for. I feel like you have the eyes over the cliff, so you guys can see everything that's coming at you, especially the people that are coming your way. So, but you're still very much defensive. And that's a hard one, considering if that was the case with the Ten of Swords, somebody wasn't really being straight up, being right. It's going to be hard. So that makes sense why you're defensive. It's totally understandable. Your hopes and fears is also very understandable as well. I feel like right now you don't really want to go out. You feel kind of trapped. I don't really think you want to feel trapped in a relationship again, or trapped in a toxic relationship. I feel like the toxic relationship part is really what's keeping you from being able to see the perspective in regards to trusting people, trusting yourself, trusting the experience of life to be able to guide you to the right relationships, right? Because you don't want to be in another toxic relationship. You don't want to be in another codependent relationship, or a relationship where you feel trapped. So I feel like with the Devil, I do sense that you don't want something that's going to make you feel like you are like in a relationship where it's just not healthy, so, which is completely understandable. So you're defensive about going into another toxic situation with somebody that you don't know if you can truly trust. You know what I'm saying? So, and even getting into a third-party relationship, or getting into a relationship with somebody that has a third party. Okay, because you got backstabbing, and then you have the Devil here, and then you have the Seven of Swords, which is lies and stuff. So you could have had somebody that went behind your back and did some things that they really shouldn't, especially when it comes to third parties. Or third parties being another person. Now, the third party could also be that there's work there. Third parties can be anything. It can be, like I said, work, projects, things that probably are not people, but they're addictions to the other person that kind of can affect their relationship in a really negative way. So in a way that really was going to require you to put some boundaries down. But the thing is, the way to overcome the Devil is to put down those boundaries. Put down boundaries to make sure that you are still in line and you're still doing the 50, and you can still remain feeling free in your connection while the other person has to keep up with their 50. Now, if they ain't keeping up with their 50 and you have to dabble into a little bit of them, which you should never do, that is the red alert to let you know, this person may not be the person for me, or I need to communicate with this person and say, look, this is not the balanced relationship that I was looking for, because there was a lack of balance in the past. So I feel like you have a perspective here. You have a lot to learn from this, You have a lot of information that you can utilize to benefit your next relationship, but it's just seeing it from a different perspective, seeing that your relationships can be something wonderful. That's the hard part. Now, for your outcome, you have the world. So this is talking about successful completion and leaving the cycle behind with rewards and happiness, and really being, pretty much preparing yourself for the next cycle. Now, this is the card for Saturn, and you guys could be interacting with an Aquarius, a Scorpio, a Leo, or a Taurus. It's fixed energy, but I don't really do that per se. You got Capricorn and Libra in here, but you guys could be dealing with anybody. But I do get the sense that there is a cycle that's ending here, and a cycle of which you hadn't really necessarily gotten over per se. I feel like you're finally wrapping things up, and you're not necessarily seeing the benefits of of what happened. I feel like you're going to gain a lot of perspective for relationships to be better than you've ever had them before, because you've learned such a very valuable lesson out of all of them. Now, I don't say you deserve this or anything like that. I don't think so. I feel like though everything happens for a reason. Everything happens to benefit us, to push us towards our highest potential. And if you ever want a relationship that really works and stands the test of time, you have to go through these frogs, and really be able to prosper in the best way possible, Aries. So I feel like with the world, I feel like you can do this, but it's going to require you to be brave and get outside your comfort zone, to let go of this place of non-expansion, so that way you can bring in new things, you can bring in new love. All right, guys, I'm going to pull you guys your wisdom of the oracle card for this week. Alright, y'all. And the wisdom of the oracle card you guys have, not for you. Wow. So not for you. The situation was played out in a way that you probably were rejected in a really big way, or somebody rejected you, or you rejected someone, and it's just that it was not the person that was meant for you, you know what I'm saying? And it's God's way of protecting you and really bringing you the right person, because you have the card, you have this card of rejection here. And I feel like this person just wasn't vibing in the right energy that you're reviving. So it had to end. It had to be put to an end. And it's hard to see it right like that right now. I understand, but there is some beautiful things that are coming your way. You guys have to see it from a different perspective. It's going to take some risk. You're going to have to just go out there and try it, and put your heart out there. But not for you guys. It's that situation just really was meant to, I guess, serve a lesson rather than to a relationship that was meant to last a lifetime. And you guys, obviously saying that not for you is also indicating that there's something bigger and better out there. And you deserve to have bigger and better things out there. But it's all about knowing your worth and knowing that you deserve more than where you are standing right here. So not settling is also a good step as well with not for you. Don't settle with that. Being rejected is the truth, okay? All right. Wow. I love you. These are very important words. Wow, guys. I love these are very strong words. These are very strong and important words, not just for the people that you're involved with, but also for yourself, because you have been through so much. You've been through a lot of pain. You've endured a lot of rejection. You've endured a lot of craziness. You even endured a situation without an even apology from the other person. But as long as you love yourself and release, which is pretty much what it's saying, release and surrender whatever the perspective is that you have currently that's, shaping your view about relationships, things will be able to blossom in the way that it's meant to, towards the world. So love on yourself a little bit, guys, as well, okay? It's difficult, no doubt. But you guys can overcome this. You guys can, you guys can have the world. You can do that. This one last step is to recover, is to get up, and is to walk out of there and say, you know what, I survived this, and I can get anyone else I want. But I'm going to get what I truly want because I deserve that.